Let's talk about Ludo, baby. That's right. The simple board game that we had been playing when the power cuts used to make our lives hell when we were kids. That is what has become all the rage when the lockdown came into effect almost all over the world due to coronavirus. Let's take a look at how Ludo has become such an integral part of the lives of those people who don't really have too much going on in their lives, and even those people who have a lot going on in their lives but still give Ludo the priority because it's just so addictive. When I first started playing Ludo, I was surprised by how many people had named themselves Corona, COVID, and these kind of names because I thought it was something to be terrified of. And it is, make no jokes about it. But that's the part about humanity we have to understand. We try and deal with things that terrify us with humor. And so, let's take a look at the kinds of people who I have encountered while I have played Ludo. The first kind of Ludo players, and I feel the most common, are the solo trippers, who will send out one pawn into the rest of the world, facing it like Sachin faced the rest of the world teams on his own, while the rest of the team hangs back in the pavilion, even though they've all been waiting for a chance to show off their skills. The second kind of player is the superstitious player, who will probably wait for that timer to go down to that specific spot on which he hits the dice so that it rolls and provides them with their lucky numbers or something. I don't see how this strategy works, but blind faith is carrying on the world, most of the world, and I see no reason why they shouldn't continue to do so as long as I keep winning against them. These superstitious types are also the most likely to say, I knew it, or I knew that was going to happen when certain things happen. Even though they might be wrong 90% of the time, but that 10% of the time when they are right makes their belief even deeper, which is really hard to understand, as are many things about the human mind. Another common type of Ludo player is the strategist, who will move his pawns like an army convoy making its way up the hills to Ladakh or some strategic place like that, because they will establish depots and checkpoints at all the safe places in the board and only move the pawn that is furthest back or the one that has the least support or the one that has the most support. God knows what goes on in their brains, but hell yes, I know that their strategy works beautifully sometimes, but when it fails, it also fails spectacularly. As is the unfortunate case with most anonymous platforms, Ludo also has its share of those people who will name themselves provocatively and shower the ladies with kisses and emojis of winkies and all such kind of terrible behavior which will make playing just a simply bad experience. What can we say to them except try and find some other place to show your pervertness, you idiots. Perhaps the most fun kind of player to play with is the pub crawler, as I call them, because they will make haphazard movements with their pawns, and when they get smashed to bits, they will return and try to do the same thing as if they had no memory of the round before, just like people do when they go out pub crawling and have no memory of the night before and still go back to the same place and try to pull the same antics. Way to go, guys. It's because of you that Ludo becomes so much more fun when you are unpredictable and when what you do has such devastating effects on the rest of the game that people's strategies go to water. Of course, there are as many types of players as there are actual players on Ludo in its online avatar, but we will draw the line here. I'll move on to the next in our series about Ludo. Till then, goodbye from Open Their Bar. Stay home, stay safe, and follow social distancing. Ciao.